Hey YouTube, how the hell are ya? It's Marv here, and today we're going to go over the Path of Exile 2 upcoming changes and improvements. Path of Exile 2 has been out for a little over a week now, and GGG has been very busy updating and making changes, and this is the latest round of improvements. So let's dive in and see what they are and see if we like them. If you like the video, do the YouTube things. If you don't, don't. So far, the game has been out for a little over a week, and they've been changing things consistently. It feels like some of them better, some of them worse in my opinion, but overall at least they're making consistent updates, and I think that's what's most important with an early access game like this. We're going to go over these patch notes today and kind of talk about what I like and what I don't like and what I hope to see in the future. So let's dive in. Gameplay improvements. Fast travel checkpoints are added at entrances and exits. I think that's going to be really great. They're also going to be changing the respecking passive points up to 50%. Like that is going to be huge. I think that's something that the players have been asking for a really long time. I think this is a step in the right direction. I still feel like there might be able to do a little bit more to help player agency and kind of help the player want to discover more and want to try more. And I think that's one of the biggest issues for me personally is this is an early access game. We should be trying to push the boundaries. We should be trying to break things, in my opinion. And I think GGG should be allowing us to do that a little bit better. And I think this is a step in the right direction to make that happen. Trial of Secumus fixes. Honor damage is reduced by 35% in close range. I don't know how I feel about this completely. I think this is a band-aid fix to the overall problem. You're still going to have people who are playing Spark like me or something along those lines who can stand in melee range and just take 35% less honor damage. I think this is a band-aid fix, but at least it's a step in the right direction. I know melee builds are struggling really hard in Trial of Secumus, so excited to see that. They also fixed a bug where honor damage was from damage over time was way higher than it's supposed to be. It was like 4 times what it was supposed to be, and they've kind of fixed that. I think that's going to really help. I know I've seen a few clips where people's HP pools just go out of nowhere, and it doesn't really even affect the honor that much. So I'm excited to see this change as well. Some of the in-game balances that they're going to be doing, element resistances penalties are normalized across all tiers. Something that we were seeing is once you got up into the in-game, if you went from yellow tier to or white tier to yellow tier maps and the yellow tier to red tier maps, each time you would do that, you would take a penalty for your resistances, and it wasn't really well shown to us. And so people were getting into red tier maps and then going into the next map and realizing they had way less resistances than before, and it was causing issues. So I think them normalizing that across the board is huge. Chaos damage and monster crits density has been reduced. So I don't know if you know this or not, but Chaos Inoculation is the best notable in the game right now, just because of how much chaos damage is in the in-game and how much damage it was doing. So they're knocking that down some. They're knocking down how much the monsters crit and some of the monster density. I think some of these changes are good. I think the monster density isn't a problem. I think the problem with the monster density is that they swarm you. And with your character moving slower and how the game pace of the game, I think the white monsters swarming you is the problem, not there being too many of them. So hopefully they'll revisit that in the future, but at least those changes are good. Also, they're getting rid of the problematic mods like volatile crystals and siphoning flask. I think these are two that once you run into them in game, you know that they're just a pain in the butt. The volatile crystals are impossible to see, and they'll one-shot you, and not getting class charges is always terrible. Character and item updates. The charm modifier, they're making it much more easy to get on belts. I don't know about you guys, but I've gotten a lot of belts, and I don't think I've seen a single one with an additional charm modifier. I think this is a huge change. Adjustments to electrocute and freeze mechanics. Both of these, I feel like were just a little bit too strong and a little too easy to build up. And I think that's kind of the direction they're going in as well. Electrocution is another element that they've added in this in Path of Exile 2. And once you build it up, it builds up over time. And once you get to full stacks, it shocks or disables the target for a few seconds. It's like a stun. It seems really overpowered. And I think they're just kind of trying to bring that back in line. I think I'm okay with this. And then they're adding new lightning damage passive cluster and improved hunter talisman. There's going to be a new cluster in the monk and ranger area for some lightning damage. I think it's going to be interesting to see that. I'm excited about some of these changes for sure. And then the skills and support gem balance. So we've got buffs to shield, bow, bone spells, chaos damage, quarterstaff. Looks like they're buffing up a lot of the underused abilities. I still think there's some things that still need to be buffed that aren't on this list. I would love to see some changes to Alkalite of Chaiula. I think there's some other really underperforming ascendancies out there that I would love to see some changes on as well, but I think those are a little bit bigger and hopefully to come. But so far, the buffs that they're talking about seem really big. I know a lot of players have been complaining about, especially like rolling slam and shield skills and mace skills in general, feeling really, really clunky. I think bringing these up to the a new level or the Path of Exile 2 standard is going to be really, really big for them. I'm excited to see that. They're also adding in 2 new support gems, trimmers. It has some aftershocks and bidding. The bidding support is minion command boost. So yeah, I'm excited about these. The trimmer ones I think is going to be really, really cool. Sends out some aftershocks. There's another ability like this already in the game. I think this is going to be a good skill. I like to see that they're already adding in supports too. I think that's really, really big. I'm excited to see that. Yeah, and they've also changed exposure, and they're also going to be nerfing to doing some nerfs to the skeleton arsonist and tornado vine arrow and magnetic salvo. Of course, Junrong, sorry buddy, but you're getting nerfed again. That's the rules. You don't get to play good fun builds. I hope you understand that. So overall, I think this is a really good change. I think this is the right direction. I'm excited to see these changes. I'm excited to know that they're consistently making changes. This will be the only changes for the next couple of weeks, I do believe. They kind of mentioned here that they're going to go on holiday for a bit. So yeah, enjoy the game and the state that it's currently at. I think we're going to be in this state for a couple of weeks. Then after that, I think there's going to be some pretty big changes. I would love to see maybe some bosses in every map. I think bosses are super, super exciting. I think people love to fight bosses, but right now with not every map or Waystone needing a boss to get map completion, I think feels a little weird. I think maybe adding in bosses to every single map would be awesome. I would love to see more buffs and less nerfs. Specifically talking about the breach mechanic. I think breach is one of the strongest Atlas strategies at the moment. I think a lot of people are really, really enjoying it. And so them nerfing that isn't a step in the right direction, in my opinion. I think they should maybe buff like Expedition and Ritual and some of the other mechanics that are there and bring those in line with breach, but maybe breach is just a little too strong for where they want it in the game. So I would like to see some more buffs and less nerfs. I feel like they've been bringing things in line, on the top end, but they need to bring some things in line on the bottom end to really get everything right in that nice, sweet middle spot. Hopefully they continue to work on that. And overall, I'm really excited. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do the YouTube things. If you didn't, don't. Have a good day, Exile.